Hello everyone, it's Jennifer and thank you for joining me today. I'm slowly getting my voice back. Yes, I lost it again. So what I have here is I have a tray, and I know the glare is bad. I have one of those little 3 rings lights to help light up my table here, but I am still working on this tray for this month of April. April's almost over. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna use some of this gorgeous chain reaction. I'm gonna cut out these wire wrapped stones here and use them in another project. But I'm gonna use some 20, maybe some 18 gauge. This is the silver pewter, it's a silver plated pewter. We're gonna use that. We're going to use the Canary Color Classics Strand, and we're gonna use Illuminating bead mix. I love this bead mix. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of this off, bring in my mat, and we're gonna get started. So the first thing that I wanna do is I wanna go ahead and cut off all of these little stones, and we're gonna use them in another project. But I love using this chain as links, chain links in necklaces and in earrings. And what I'm doing is there's a little tiny jump ring that connects all of these little links. So where I'm cutting is I am cutting at the loop of the wire wrapped bead. That's where I'm cutting off. So I will continue cutting and we'll meet you back after I'm all done. So the first thing we're gonna work with is we're going to work with this illuminating bead mix. And I love how these bead mixes come in these reusable containers. This is probably not the best method of cutting, busting into this. I was using my wire cutters. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this opened up. Now I've got little stickies on the bottom. It's all right. But I want to use these little guys. And what I was thinking was having these little guys on there somehow. And then these beads here match really well with that. These do too, but I want to use those for something else. So I was thinking of doing that. So let's go ahead and move these back in their little home. And I'm gonna cut into a strand. I have such a hard time cutting into strands, but I'm gonna do it. Okay. And what I actually like is I actually like that all together. Or if you don't want the shimmer, I have extra bead caps from my Beads by the Dozen. And I think these will work. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not Beads by the Dozen, Beads by the Pound. Okay, so let's see if this will work. See if they'll go through. And I was thinking of doing, which this is like my standard design here. That's my standard look. I love that look. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Okay. So we are going to pull in some 20 gauge wire. And I want a good flush cut. And I'm also not sure, because I want to try and get that all the way around in there too. So we're going to have quite the large loop. And I'm just wondering if, yeah, so let's go ahead. We're going to work from the spool. I like working from the spool because then I cannot eliminate the waste, but I can reduce it. You're going to hear people outside. The windows are open and the whole house fan is on too. So I'm going to come all the way down to the end here. And if this is too large of a loop, then we will, and then just bend it back to make that. That's like super ugly. That's like the most ugly. There we go. It's a little bit better. Now what I want to do is, so then this will go on there. I think that's a good size loop. I think that's a good size loop. Okay, and so then let's just trim off a little bit so that we can make our wire wrap. Okay. So let's open up. That is a really ugly loop. It's probably because I was at the end. Okay, so let's add this guy. And I don't know if this is gonna work. We'll see. Well, it does a little bit. Not sure if this is exactly what I was wanting with it. But what I could do is, no, it's actually kind of cute. Let's see. Because what I can always do is just add a jump ring. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want it to be pokey, sticky outy. Oh, I think I dig it. I dig it. Okay, so now let's go ahead and we're gonna make our wire wrap loop. I'm gonna come in just a little bit off of the tip because this is 20 gauge. And we're gonna get that 90-degree angle bend. We're gonna come in. I have no ear wires. Oh wait, I might. And then we're gonna go ahead and form that over. Hold on to that, rotate your wrist. And so you have this. And you need to push this to the back so you get that, and then just rotate your wrist to get that all nice and centered. And then just close that up. And we're gonna go around 3 times. So we're gonna go around once, twice, we're gonna go up, we're gonna go around a 3rd time. And again, I did not eliminate waste, but this is very minimal waste. So for the one, not bad. Then we're gonna come in and just tuck in that little piece that sticks out there, just to finish it off. We don't want it poking anybody, but more importantly, well, that's probably the most important part. You don't want it poking at anybody. But I don't know. I feel like it does better. So that's pretty cute. I really like that. And then let's make sure that we're straight. We're not that straight. Let's turn it just a little bit. There we go. That's really cute. I like that because then I'm not really covering up the yellow from the component there, the little pendant. Then I know I add them and then take them off and then add them again. I just do that for the length. Then I came all the way down to the bottom and rotated and rotated. Okay, then bend that up. That one's a little bit better. Come down here. Give me a little room to make a wire wrap loop. And do that. Let's make sure this is going straight. Let's open her up. We're gonna add our little flywheel, or as Maria would say, the sheriff's badge. Okay, perfect. Then we're gonna add our bead cap, our bead cap, our rondelle spacer, another bead cap, and there you have it. And you can use any bead cap. You don't have to do this design. This is just kind of, it's like my go-to design. or pattern. Push it to the back, rotate. There we have our gorgeous little loop started. We're gonna put the tip of our chain nose pliers over the loop, not where the wires cross though. Then we're gonna take a second pair of pliers, and you can use your fingers if you have nice strong fingers. I do not, plus I have a little tiny piece here. And I just feel like I have better control over the wire, and I can get it placed nice and neat all around that neck of the wire we made. Right? That actually looks pretty close. All right, let me go grab a pair of ear wires. Not that much waste, check that out. Pretty cool. All right, we're gonna put that in our little waste pile, but I'll get some ear wires before I take a picture. What do we have left? We have a ton left. And these beads here, I like to save. The reason why is that they fit really well over some silver silk. This is pipe chain. And I save all of my beads like this. So like here, see, I have this bead just right here within arm's length. All right, so what we're gonna do is we are going to combine we're not gonna combine, but we're gonna organize our little spacers, our little beads. Look at these little spacers, are so cute. And then we're gonna see what we're gonna make. I wanted to make a necklace, but I'm kind of seeing some earrings with these little guys too. 2, 4, 6, we have 6 of them. All right, then from our mix, let's do that. These I'm not gonna use, so those are gonna go off to the side and stay. Here is our mix. I really love those. Ooh, and we have more of these in the mix. Well, that's kind of perfect. And these cube beads. Super cute. And grab my wire here. Do those fit over that? I can never remember. Sorta. Okay, so we have more yellow. These are just beautiful. Have that gorgeous finish. Is it a luster finish? AB finish or a luster finish? We have all of these. Okay, and then we have some spacer beads. And we have some smaller ones. Cubes are going to be put to the side. Okay, so here we have it. Oh, there's different color. There's like a bright yellow and then just a little bit of an off yellow. This is what we have, and these two look a little different. These are more like a mustard. These are more bright yellow. But we're gonna use them all. Okay, so I'm going to examine what we have here and I will come right back. Okay, I am back, and things might not be arranged as they were because I've had to cover it up, do a few other things, and then come back. So we are coming back to our project using the illuminating, and I lost my little, I had a little paper in here that said illuminating, but this is the Illuminating Bead Mix Color Trends. And what I want to do was, again, I cut up the chain. This was chain reaction, and took off all my little rondelle, all the other little crystals. I'm going to keep those off to the side. I'm going to use these, and I'm going to use these in a necklace. And let's see, this was from the mix. This was from the Strand. I'm trying to keep the Strand separated. This is from the Canary Strand. And for the necklace, oh, I made up one of these little doodads here, and I'm kind of excited about this, and I am going to be using this in a bracelet. So we will make some of those. I was just kind of messing around. However, though, for this necklace, I was thinking of a cube. I know I said I would come back with an actual design, but I didn't. Let's go like that. These little beads are really good because they can go like in between here and provide that spacer, because you know how the rondelle spacers, the crystal rondelle spacers, have little dips. Oh, but we can add these little guys in there. So what I was thinking of was a bar. And so I was thinking of a bar and then adding my chains. And then, yeah. Okay, so let's shift these guys off to the side. We have our one finished project up here, the pair of earrings with its little scraps. And then this is the, let's get rid of the head pin and whatever that is. Oh, hot glue. And then let's move these. And I'm thinking I might only use 2 of those. And I won't use the yellow. And I might use those too. Okay. Let's grab our 18 gauge. So I'm going to use 18 gauge. And this is Craftwire from Softlex Company. And we are going just to make a bar. And it's going to be a wrapped loop bar. And let's make sure that these beads will go through the 18 gauge. And these will. Yes, those all go through the 18 gauge. And is this as long as I want it? Oh, come on. There you are. Yes. Okay. So what I want to do is go ahead and make I want to make a wrapped loop, but we are going to attach the end. So I'm going to bend that over, and I'm working from the spool just to minimize a little bit of waste, and make that 90-degree angle bend. Come in with my round nose pliers, and I'm going to come in just on mine. It's just a hair under halfway, because I do want some movement, but I don't want a big bulky loop. Let's go ahead and straighten that out a little bit here. There. Okay, then I can go ahead and trim off some of this. It's probably gonna fall off. Oh, that is so pretty. Oh, wow. I apologize for my voice. I really cannot get a handle on getting my voice back. And we've had weather where it's been warm, and then it gets cold, and then it gets warm. Okay, lock that in place. And I'm gonna just put the tip of my chain nose pliers over the loop. I'm gonna grab, I like using my bent chain nose pliers, and I'm gonna grab that. And again, this is 18 gauge. And bring that to the back. I'm not going to trim it yet, because if I trim it and try to poke down the end, I'll make a mess. I will make a mess of my loop. Let's go ahead and do that. Do that. I really love this component. So I'm using a combination of the Canary Color Classics Strand and the Illuminating Bead Mix. So I'm going to come in now. This is 18 gauge, so I'm going to come in even a little bit more. And I can tell because when I come down here, it is about here for the size of my neck. And all I did was put my chain nose pliers over the 3 wraps just to see where that would go. And we're going to get our 90-degree angle bend just a hair under halfway. If you want to be sure that you have the same size loop, you can use like the 6-stepper. You can mark up your round nose pliers. There's several different ways. Let's thread that on. I left the little ring links in between when I did the trimming, just to give it a little bit more movement. Okay, let's lock that in place because I had opened it up a little bit. And then come in with my bent chain nose pliers. And I like to go slowly just because I like nice, tidy wraps. I don't like to rush it. Okay, let's come into the back here and give it a trim. Come into the back here and give it a bit of a trim. Oh, this is from this one. This was from the other one. Then, with my bent chain nose pliers, I need to tuck in that little piece there. I'm going to come in, and the reason why I wait until I have beads there is even though these are glass beads and I don't want to break them, it gives me somewhere to go up against when I'm pushing down that tail, because sometimes, well, all the time the way it would happen, I would go to push down and I must be too aggressive with it, because then the tail would go out that way and I can never get my beads to sit nicely on the wrap loop. And so this was the way that I fixed that issue that I was having. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. That would even just make for a gorgeous bracelet. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so pretty. Now what we're going to do is we are going to add, let's add some components here. Oh, we could put these, that's right. Let's put those little guys and give it some length. There we go. Oh, this is where those little ones can come in. So we can do like that. Oh, I'm not gonna have enough for all of them. So we'll just do those, because then I only have 2 more. So we'll just put them on those. And we might not even need them. And what I want to do for those is let's just do some simple loops. We'll just do some simple loops because this is the star of the show. And we can just do some simple loops. So let's get a good flush cut. Let me see. Let's see what it looks like, because I actually might want these for something else. Well, let's see. That's kind of cute. Actually, that's kind of cute. That is kind of cute. All right. Yeah, we're going to use them. Okay, so now let's go almost halfway. Oops. So now let's go almost halfway. And get that to the end. I think I use my, yeah, okay, so now, all right, then let's go ahead and just trim a little bit of away. We'll have a little bit of a waist, but let's just, I don't feel like it's bent, it's broken enough. Okay, then let's add this. Helps if I get it all nice and tidy. Make sure it's all straight. And then, oh my goodness, I'm just loving this. And I want the loops to go in the same direction. So let's go ahead and just bend that over. That's a little big. So let's go ahead and trim right there. And for me, when I'm doing this second one, I know it doesn't feel right to be, it's not natural to be moving, not moving, but rolling towards you. I have a tendency to like to roll away from me, from myself. However, though, when I'm doing my simple loops, I'm not very good at them. And so seeing where they're going just works out better for me. You might want to go ahead and do it that way, you know, rolling away from you. That's the natural, it's kind of the natural way to do it. However, though, I'm not good at these simple loops, so I have a tendency with that second one to go over. Now, let's see here. This guy looks a little cattywampus there. Okay. We might need to, nope, that's fine. Okay. And let's get a nice good flush cut. We're just keeping a pile of scraps. And then give it a little bit of a trim. We're going to make sure it's nice and straight because it doesn't look very straight. There we go. It doesn't look very bendy. Yes, I could have used eye pens, right? Probably did a little bit better. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for this. Let's make sure we get it all nice and tidy in there because those links are very thin. They will go through that little gap I have. Just get that all nice and tidy in there. And then I want the same direction. So go ahead and get that bent over. Come in about yay. That's why I like to go towards me, and then I can try to at least get it a little straight. It's my attempt. And we'll do this, and then I'll need to grab like a lobster clasp maybe as the closure. So this is what we have. Is that kind of cute? I kind of dig it. I mean, I could have made my loops smaller, but I was thinking of go big. Go big. Okay, let's give it. So I'll go ahead and finish up this side so you don't have to watch it again, and I'll come right back. So here are the two projects. We made this beautiful, elegant necklace, and I used 18 gauge craft wire in the silver plated pewter from Softlex Company, and also made a gorgeous pair of earrings using some 20 gauge silver plated pewter from Softlex. As far as bead mixes, I used the Illuminating bead mix. This is a Color Trends bead mix from Jesse James Beads, and we used some components from the Canary Color Classics Strand. Be sure to go check out jessejamesbeads.com. I have an affiliate link in the description. Also, too, I used some chain reaction. They have 3 different 5-strand bundles for $14.99 for you to choose from. There's a silver, there's a gold, and then there's a combo silver gold. Great deal. So be sure to check that out as well. Be sure to give this video a huge thumbs up if you like it. Comment. I love to see what everybody has to say, and subscribe. And until next time, have a good one.